Have you ever wondered why Anakin Skywalker was crying on Mustafar? Just before his wife Padme arrived, in his duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin could be seen shedding a tear, and the answer to why is revealed in the Legends novel, The Rise and Fall of Darth Vader. After Vader completed Operation Nightfall, he would travel to the volcanic world of Mustafar to kill the Separatist leaders. Meanwhile, Palpatine initiated Order 66, causing all off-world clones to kill their Jedi generals. After Darth Vader killed all the Separatist leaders, he stepped outside the mountain fortress to gaze at the lava rivers below. He was unable to hold back the tears that streamed down his cheek, but he would not mourn the lives that he had taken, but the loss of his former self, the young boy who had dreamed of becoming a Jedi all those years ago on Tatooine. Have you ever wondered what Mace Windu thought of Anakin killing Count Dooku? This is shown in detail in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. As Anakin Skywalker arrived back on Coruscant, he informed Mace Windu that Count Dooku was on General Grievous's flagship, and he was now dead. Dooku was to the Separatists what Palpatine was to the Republic. With Dooku gone, the Confederacy of Independent Systems would fly to pieces within days. Hearing that Anakin Skywalker killed Count Dooku was astonishing to him. Mace Windu nearly cracked a smile upon hearing the news. Anakin Skywalker looked very uncomfortable, and Mace's gaze flicked to Palpatine. Chancellor Palpatine told Windu that while Dooku was fighting only to slay an enemy, Anakin was fighting to save a friend. Even though Palpatine's words were probably true, Mace still didn't like them. Mace was less than happy to hear Palpatine speaking for a young Jedi who seemed unprepared to speak for himself. Did you know Anakin Skywalker actually saw himself kill Count Dooku before it even happened? This is explained in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. Aboard General Grievous's ship, the Invisible Hand, Anakin's heart froze over. His voice went cold as space and told Obi-Wan that he could feel Count Dooku. He was here on this ship. Obi-Wan agreed. As both of the Jedi realized it was most likely a trap, Obi-Wan told his young apprentice to do the same as they always had. Spring the trap. As Anakin told R2-D2 to stay put, Obi-Wan shook his head, not truly understanding why Anakin was talking to the droid as if it were human. As Anakin was fixing to reply, he stopped in his tracks. He couldn't answer. He couldn't say a word. He saw a memory of something that hadn't happened yet. He saw Count Dooku on his knees, with lightsabers crossed at the Count's throat. For the first time in years, Anakin felt young. He snapped out of it and told Obi-Wan that they were fixing to win the war. Have you ever wondered who the first Jedi Darth Vader ever killed was? The answer can actually be found in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. Gate Master Durak sprinted through the temple so loud that he sounded like a platoon of troopers. He had seen him on the monitor. It was Anakin Skywalker, and he was alone. The huge doors of the temple opened slowly. Anakin immediately asked where Shaak Ti was. Durak informed the Chosen One that she was in the meditation chambers. Durak looked past Anakin, and the night beyond the temple was full of clones, battalions of them. He asked Anakin what was going on, and the last thing Durak felt was the emitter of a lightsaber beneath his jaw. The last thing he heard was a blue plasma as it chewed upward through his head and burst from the top of his skull. Have you ever wondered why Anakin couldn't sense Obi-Wan on Mustafar right before their duel? The reason for Anakin's lack of vision is explained in detail in the Legends novel The Rise and Fall of Darth Vader. Not too long after killing all the Separatist leaders, Palpatine's new apprentice, now named Darth Vader, had stepped outside the mountain fortress on Mustafar to gaze at the blazing lava rivers below. As tears streamed down his face, Anakin rushed to the landing platform to meet his wife, Padme. He would have never anticipated that Padme, traveling with C-3PO, would have fallen into Mustafar, nor had he foreseen that Obi-Wan would survive the Jedi Purge, and that Padme would secretly bring him with her. Despite his powers and years of attachment to Obi-Wan, Anakin's rage and anger had blocked his ability to sense his former master's presence. That was until he saw the Jedi Master standing in the hatch of Padme's starship. Have you ever wondered what were Anakin Skywalker's first thoughts after turning to the dark side and becoming Darth Vader? After killing Mace Windu, Sidious ordered his new apprentice to rise. The Sith Lord who had once been a Jedi hero called Anakin Skywalker stood, drawing himself up to his full height. He turned his gaze inward and unlocked the furnace gate within his heart and saw the dead star dragon that had haunted his life. He said within himself that he was Darth Vader now. The dragon tried to whisper of failure and weakness, but the Sith Lord laid his hand upon it and broke its power with a single effortless twist. He repeated again, he was Darth Vader. He had finally become what the entire galaxy had called him, the hero with no fear. The lore in this video comes from the novelization of Revenge of the Sith.